Welcome to the American Republic, your go-to channel for the latest news updates. Today, we're going to discuss an incident that happened in Tampa, Florida, which highlights the dangers of jumping to conclusions without knowing all the facts. On June 18, Joneshia Wilkerson came forward with allegations of police harassment, claiming that the Tampa cops harassed her unnecessarily during a traffic stop. However, it turns out that Wilkerson had not revealed the whole truth. Let's go back to the beginning. The incident started when the cops received a call regarding the car Wilkerson was driving, which had been reported stolen. The Tampa police tracked it down and pulled Wilkerson over. The police officer kept his gun drawn and at the ready while waiting on the other side of the driver's side door of the allegedly stolen vehicle. Wilkerson used her phone to record the traffic stop for Instagram, and although she complied with every one of the police officer's orders, she claimed that the cop held the gun up to her head at one point. The video went viral, and many people were outraged, thinking Wilkerson was the next victim in a long line of systemic problems. However, the situation was much more complicated than that. Although the car had been reported stolen, Wilkerson borrowed it from a good friend and was working to pay it off through a financing opportunity, but had fallen behind on payments. She used the stolen credit card information to rent the Nissan Altima on June 2nd. Sorry to interrupt, but before we continue, please support us by sharing and subscribing to our channel, The American Republic. Your support helps us continue to bring you important stories like this one. Days later, Wilkerson was arrested after failing to return a rented car that had been rented using a stolen credit card. Upon further investigation, police learned that Wilkerson used a friend's driver's license to rent the car and a credit card number stolen from an Indiana woman who still had the physical card. Many people had struggled to pay bills in the first few months of the COVID-19 pandemic. And while we can sympathize with Wilkerson's situation, it doesn't justify her actions. She committed a crime and should be held accountable for it. Unfortunately, this incident is just one example of how quickly people jump to conclusions without knowing all the facts. In the weeks after the murder of George Floyd at the hands of a white police officer, many accounts of police brutality and over-policing have come to light. However, not every police interaction is an example of systemic problems. We need to take the time to understand each situation fully before passing judgment. It's also essential to recognize the danger of the woke culture that is becoming more prevalent in our society. This culture encourages people to see themselves as victims and to find fault with the police or other authority figures. While there are undoubtedly instances of police brutality and over-policing, we can't let a few bad apples paint the entire law enforcement community with the same brush. It's crucial to understand the facts before passing judgment. Joneshia Wilkerson's situation is a cautionary tale of how quickly things can spiral out of control when we jump to conclusions without all the facts. It's also a reminder that the woke culture can be dangerous and lead to further division in our society.